Here in the UK, it's cold, wet, damp and foggy, and I'm missing summer already. Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I thought, seeing as I have about 45 minutes to spare, Ian's taken the dogs out for a WALK, and I thought, well, I would come upstairs and have a quick play in my 8x8 art journal, which is this one here. Last few pages again in this one, so I just thought I'd do a quick art journal page and use some of my older Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous stamps. So I've got out Steampunk CMS 107. I've got Watercolor CMS 217, which is the watercolor butterflies. And I've also got Entomology CMS 328. I'm not going to bother with the bugs and that kind of stuff. It's this big scripty stamp that I want on that one. On the Steampunk one, it's this advert here and this kind of blueprinty drawing there. There's the pointy finger there as well, which it may make an appearance. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But on this set, it's primarily the butterflies. Now, I just want 2 butterflies. The page isn't really big enough to do more than 2. And that's pretty much what I kind of want to do, kind of that position there on the page. I've got an idea in my head what I want to create. So first thing I need to do is to work out what I did with all my inks. Oh, there they are. Look at that. Well, right where I left them. And I've just dropped a full box of black and white shading pastels. Ugh. Now, the plan was to kind of try and do this art journal page in one take. But obviously I'm being clumsy today, so I might not do it now. Oh, come on. Sort it out later. Sort it out later. Just dump it out of the way. All right, so what do I want? Versafine, that'll do. Onyx Black. Get rid of those. We don't need those today. All right, so how juicy is this Onyx Black? Let's just do a little test, shall we? Just do a quick test with a little block. And we'll just see how juicy it is. Still quite juicy, that's perfect. Right, so before I do anything, let's just grab that big stamp block there. I'm not going to be using any stamp blocks, or I want to use them au naturel. So I want an uneven kind of impression. And looking at this stamp and the fact that it doesn't look like it's ever been inked up before, either that I was very, very vigilant in cleaning, and we all know that's not true. So let's just flip that over and then stamp it down about there. And I don't mind if there's a bit of grunge, a bit of dirt on the page. It just all adds to the rich ambience. So let's do that again. But this time I'm going to do it down here. Just roll my hand. Okay. And then one more up there. So I'm just going to drop it down like so and squidge. Squidge. And that, squidge, is a technical term for sticking your stamp down without a block. There we go. Right, so that's that one. Shall I clean the stamp off quickly? Yes. There we go. Just do a lot of these stamps have actually, the backing, the cling, it's very, very dry. You can tell they've not been used for an absolute age. So I'm just going to add a bit of water back onto there just for it to grab and hold. Now, I did say I was going to try and use some of that blueprint. Grab that. Have we got a different colour? and have. I've got a sepia. Let's try. I know I'm hitting really, really hard, but I don't really need to. Let's try and drop that in there and squidge that as well. Sepia looks almost like green to me, but you know, let's drop that one down there. That'll do. Like I said, I'm not particularly bothered about it being perfect, because that's not what we're doing this year. I'm not doing perfect. There we go, that'll do. Alright, let's sling that one away. Out of the way. A bit of water back on the carrier sheet, and then just give that a quick. And I'm using like an oil-based ink, yeah, with a baby wipe. But you know, right, that's that stamp set out of the way. Let's grab the scripty one from there, and again we'll use the black just because we can. Again, this stamp doesn't even look like it's ever been used. Do you know, you buy all these Tim Holtz stamps because you go, ooh, I like that and I like that and I like that, and then you never use them. I mean, I can't be the only one on earth that does that. I mean, there must be loads of people that buy these stamps because they like the look of them and they never actually get around to using them. So, okay. Just the top bit of this one, because we're going to just go there, like so. That will do. And then we'll go there. Flip that over and then drop that down like so, and squidge. Ta-da! Okay, just wet the carrier sheet so that the back clings again, and then we just give it a quick wipe, a cursory wipe. Found that most stamps actually work better if you do have a bit of ink on them. Conditioned them. Right, so let's get rid of that one. Okay, so we've just got the watercolor one now. So first of all, what I need to do is I want to make sure that this is dry, because I've used solvent-based inks on these, so these will not resist water, but these won't be affected by any water. So let me just give that a quick blast. Okay, that'll do. Right, so I'm going to be using my IndigoBlu Vivids again, because these are just like cracking watercolours, and they just seem to be the go-to thing for me at the moment until the novelty wears off. Right, so where's my colour chart? Now I'm feeling blues and oranges, but I kind of want tealy blues and oranges, so I'm going to mix a little bit of Little John with Robin Hood to get a kind of tealy colour, and then I'm going to use a little bit of Alan Adale. So, well, Alan Adale, we said Robin Hood, and the blue we said we were going to use was Little John. Let me put the rest of those away. Like I said, a quick art journal page today. Accuracy is not going to be the byword today. Let's just throw that down on there. Don't need that stamp set just yet. Right, let's grab Robin Hood, which is almost a kind of tealy green anyway. There we go. Put a fair amount on there. And then the Little John, which is a beautiful kind of tropical blue. Well, more of a cobalty blue. And then some water, which I just happen to have here. Alright, so, and I'm just going to swirl them together. Look at that. Beautiful kind of turquoisey colour. Right, I'm going to spritz the page. And I'm just going to let it sit for a second. Just to let some of that water soak through the paint into the upper surface. Just let it sit. It is going to try and bow a little bit, which wouldn't happen if I sprayed the back, but okay. Right. And this is where the magic happens. Well, I'm certainly hoping this is where the magic happens. Because what I want to do is just introduce the colour across the middle. And I'm just dabbing okay, just to the edge, and then we'll just take a little bit of that up there and a little bit of it down here, and then I'm just going to gently spritz a little bit more water, and then just kind of tip backwards, yes, and then tip forward, let it run a little bit. Here we go. Embrace the chaos. And there. Don't go any further. Right, let's try and get this dried. Okay, so now that, well, that's almost dry, let's just add in some chaos. That'll do, I think. Right, I'll get that bit dried. Right, so I just need to have a quick clean up. Just give that a quick wipe away. Like I said, I've only used a few drops, so there's no wastage. Where's my bin gone? Somebody's been under my desk. My bin's disappeared. There we go. It's been moved, which means Ian's been raking under there for something. Oh, I know what he's been looking for. He's been looking for the bookbinding thread, the wax linen cord. He has a journal commission. Right, so that was the Little John and the Robin Hood. So let's bring in that Alan a Dale. The orange. I always find that like the turquoisey blues and oranges work super well together, like the Mediterranean kind of colours. Just beautiful. Imagine like a Mediterranean town, like on Corfu or somewhere like that. You'll always find blues and oranges. So let's just mix that up there. Grab some of that orange. Just let that run. In fact, I might just let it go without a huge amount of water. Just a few spritzes. And then a little bit down here. And then maybe just a tad over here as well. Just where we did them splatters. And I'm just dabbing with the brush. Okay, I've got a little bit left, so let's go into blue. Let that just murk up a little bit. That'll do. Let's not go mad. Let's show a little bit of restraint. There we go. Get that dry. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so the back of that is quite dry. So what on earth is that doing there? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spritz a little bit of water just onto the back, just to kind of feed a bit of moisture back into the page. Just let that sit for a second. There we go. So now I've added that water back in and then dried it quickly. It's kind of flattened it again. All right, so the next step, let's move the art journal page out of the way and bring in those butterflies. And then I've got my stamping platform, so I think we'll do that one, I think, and then we'll have, let's have that one. So I just want two, I don't want a huge amount. So those will do. So let's just collect those. And then I've got some rice paper. So this is the sort of stuff that disappears completely when you add water to it or go over the top. It kind of disappears and dissolves into the background. And it's extremely fragile. So that's fine. So let's just drop those two there. I know it's a big shape, but I only need a little bit. All right, let's grab that black onyx again. Typical. Why isn't that stamp sticking? Because the back of these stamps is rubbish. Repositionable tape, hang on. Right. I should stay on the block now. It's the thing with these stamps, after a few years the backs do tend to start drying out. Just something to be mindful of. Right, let's just give that a quick CPR. Let's have a look. That'll do. Okay. See, that thin look, it's gone through. Which is fine. I'll clean those in a little while. I'll just put that tissue back in there. Let's put a bit of glue on it. I did get it from the bin after all. Okay, let's throw that down. I'm just going to give this a quick blast. That should do. Right, throw that stamp set down on there and then come back in with the art journal page, grab my brush. Actually maybe a smaller detail brush might be better. That'll do, I think. So I've just got a little bit of water. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to a little bit of water around the outside And what that should do, should break the fibres and allow me just to really gently tear right, so that's one. Right, so if I just pull and it feathers the paper, so you get a real kind of diffused line like so, and then get rid of that, and then just do the same with this butterfly. Just be careful, if you add more water it will wick further in, and then you may end up in trouble. There we go. Just remove some of that from there. Bit of superfluous from there, that'll do. Okay. That's pretty much what I want. Now I could have just stamped directly onto the page, but I didn't want to do that either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some matte medium now. Be very, very careful. Did I put it away? No, I didn't put it away. It's there, look. And I'm going to just put a blob on the mat, small brush, and then I'm just going to take a little bit of the matte medium and I'm just going to very gently just paint it where I want it to go, and then lay the butterfly image just down, and then I'm just going to add the matte medium over the top from the middle outwards. So that I'm not creasing or wrinkling or trying to reduce the wrinkles as much as I can. 9 times, or most of the time, I'm not really bothered about wrinkles. In this instance I am. Right, let's try and do the same thing with this one here. So just a little bit of the glue, that's just going to hold it in place. There we go. And then from the middle, just gently brush outwards. And that rice paper will just disappear into that background, leaving that stamped image. It's like magic. It's like magic, innit? Ta-da! Right, get that brush in the water, dry this off, clean that up. Let's see if we can do that. Multitask. Dry. Super. Okay. Let's get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Put that. Sorry, I've got a coffee cup over here. The rice paper's stuck underneath it. Right, move that out of the way. Oh, look at that, just in time. Ian's just come back. So let's grab a pen, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a sort of wiggly scribbly border all the way down. Have they been good boys?
Very good boy.
Excellent. It just helps to kind of diffuse or define the edge of the page, because you've got all that kind of writing and scribbly stamp underneath. It just kind of helps to define that. There we go. Just had that, just a little bit of an edge, a little bit of a border. And then I can add a little quote and a phrase at a later date. I think what this page will be called will be, in fact, I'll tell you what, I will put it on pause now and I'll go and print one off and then I'll come straight back. How about that? Then we will actually finish the page off. Back in 2 seconds. Okay, so I've just said to Ian, I don't particularly want to waste an entire sheet of paper just for one line of text. So he just sort of looked at me really daft and went, why don't you just print it out on a label then? Duh. Okay, so created my own little sticker. So let's just cut that up. And then just cut between. I made a rod for my own back now because I'll probably have real difficulty getting the back off. So I've cut these, yeah, quite irregularly. Actually, that's probably going to work in my favour, that one. So let's just have a look. See if I can separate this now. Be very, very careful doing it with a scalpel because oh, look at that straight away. I have been known to stab myself in the fingers doing things like that. All right, so I'm going to put, yeah, I'll put that quote about there. And then the second one, which is stuck to my finger, which is just Murphy's Law. Sod's Law as we call it here in the UK. There we go. Get off. Thank you. Let's just make that a bit smaller. I always forget you can just print out onto labels and then cut them down. I don't know. Look at that. Grab that pen and then we can just blend that into the background. With a few zigzaggy lines. There we go. Memories of summer. So, in case you're wondering what pen I'm using, this is a new one. It's a Uniball I, and it's part of the Ocean Care range, which means that 75% of the plastics in the pen are made from recycled plastics, and 10%, you won't be able to see that, is actually made from ocean waste. So it's reclaimed plastics from the ocean. And this is a 0.7. I believe it does come in a different nib size, but it is water, doesn't react to water, non-reactive to water when dry. I bought a pack of 5 of these, and again, Uniball, part of the Mitsubishi Pencil Co. So I think that is about it for this art journal page. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little signature block over here, really small, just so that it disappears into the background. And I'll put today's date, which is the 18th of the 10th, 23. There we go. Memories of Summer. There we go. Love that. Love the colours. Absolutely enjoyed making the page, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me create it too. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking that button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I will see you all again on Saturday for October's mid-month mini mission inspiration. See you then. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.